We back out here after them. I'm about, I don't know, a 1,250 yard walk back in here, hunting over a persimmon tree. I didn't think I was gonna make it in here without getting wet. The river is flooded out, and I have to cross a slough to get to this spot. I didn't figure there was going to be that much water in it. And just as soon as I stepped off in there, I could tell we wasn't going to be anywhere close to getting across there without getting, probably coming up about mid-thigh. So I dug in you hear that persimmon fall. I dug in my pack, my meat sack, and got one of my trash bags out. I didn't have to. I had to, but I gotta save one for meat. And I took the other one and did one of Warren Womack's old tricks. Pulled it up over my legs, and you can do it with one bag if you shuffle. I eased out across that slough, and it hit me about mid-thigh. I probably had about maybe 2.5 to 3 inches of bag left before I was going to really be in a mess. But I was able to make it across and get set up. I call this spot the Cursed Persimmon because there's just something about the wind in here. It just always seems to swirl. And I think this is the 3rd season that I've hunted in here. And I have so far had, I think, 7 different times I've had deer come in and get inside of 12 yards and me not get a shot because they smell me. There's a lot of low canopy in here, and for me to be able to shoot, I think my max shot distance in here, if they're feeding under one of these persimmons, there's several in here, I think my max distance is like 8 yards. So the problem I'm having is getting them in an opening broadside before they smell me. But it's always just so good, and the sign is so hot. I just can't resist rolling the dice and seeing if everything won't line up. I'm gonna turn this camera off, and we're gonna get settled in and just hope that one will come in between now and dark and give me a shot. And I ain't gonna be wasting no time getting it off. I'm gonna try to break the curse. So let's see what happens. Man, I want you to look what I got right here. Man, I am tickled to death with this joker. This is a fine buck. Fine deer. Biggest deer I've ever killed. Made a hunt today after work on a WMA. Set up over persimmons like I do a lot early season. And it kept sprinkling rain on and off all afternoon. and the wind was just shifting around and everything. And I kept expecting to see something, but it got later and later and nothing ever showed up. I was just about to start getting my stuff and getting down because I got to be at work so early in the morning, and I just faintly heard something and looked, and this sucker right here, I couldn't tell what he was at the time. I could just tell he was big body, and he was probably at about 10 yards and coming to the persimmon, and just the wind had been shifting so much. I got my bow, and I had already made up my mind, if anything come in, it was gonna have to get shot immediately. And just as soon as he hit an opening there, at about 6 yards, I shot him, and he was quartering away just slightly, and exploded out of there. And I hurried up and got down because it was sprinkling rain at the time when I shot him, and I didn't want to take any chance. I took up the trail immediately. Me being colorblind, I have trouble when the ground's wet. But anyway, I got on him, and I wasn't positive I had heard him crash, but I thought I had. And I think he went, if I had to guess, he probably went about 70 yards and piled up. And man, I ain't believing this sucker. Look at this. Look what a fine deer. And for public land too in Georgia. Got good mass. Good tine length. Long mane, look like really long mane beams. Really long brow tine. I mean, they fine deer. And I'm tickled to death to get him. This is gonna be my 150th bow kill right here. I just realized it. This is gonna be my number 102 traditional, and it's number 51 for the old centaur right here. I'm telling you what, I don't know how long I've been hunting. 37 years. Biggest deer yet. Of course, I haven't killed a deer with a rifle since 1991. Yeah, but I hadn't really had. I've only had a couple of deer that I would say was for sure bigger than this that I've ever seen out of the tree. I ain't tickled to death to get this sucker. I'm debating right now. I may have to take off work tomorrow. By the time I get this one taken care of and get to the house, it'll probably be 10:30, 11 o'clock time I get in the bed. Have to get up at 3:20. And I think it's gonna be too much. But buddy, what a fine deer. I'm fixing to quarter him out. I had said that I wasn't gonna mount any more deer, but I don't see how I can not mount this one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cape him out and make my mind up. Tickled to death with this one.